Welcome to this week's episode of SA Boxing Talk. Hayden, Cyril, we're back in. We're talking boxing. Happy New Year, first of all, for 2020. Yeah. Let's start talking about last year. The highlights locally for 2019 for you.
Oh, definitely Maruti and Solani's run abroad as a local fighter, Sportsman of the Year, should be Boxer of the Year of 2019 as well. So Maruti and Solani.
Your impression of 2019?
Yeah, definitely agree with Hayden. Locally, Murtin Talani, and he closed off the year in a spectacular fashion, was brilliant the whole year. Definitely, he was the man.
The disappointment from last year, 2019, you can mention a few.
Yeah, okay, so firstly, Zolani Tete, unfortunately, a big fan of him as well, and, what he's done, and he's campaigned with Frank Warren and so forth. Unfortunately, Casemiro got the better of him on that day, so that was my biggest disappointment because I was really looking to, go finish the year on a high in terms of that.
And where do you think Tete actually went wrong in that fight?
I think, even the whole build-up to that fight, he spent a lot of time talking about now in New Year, instead of focusing on Casemiro, maybe, and he had a year off before the fight, so it's a number of things that could have gone wrong.
The blunder for 2019 has to be Ron Fisser, with the road collapsing. We were in Japan at the time and actually made TMZ. Unheard of. You were there.
Yeah, so I was there live, and some things you cannot describe. You almost lost for words. You don't know whether to...
Stranger than fiction, right?
Yeah, because you want to laugh, you want to be concerned, but you don't know which one it is, because is the guy legitimately hurt or not? You don't know. It ended up being that it didn't take the fight at the end of the day, but hopefully they redo the fight. But yeah, that was a big flop.
Fight of the year last year internationally. Who's your pick?
Done, he's a monster.
Yeah,
defensive fight of the year.
One of the moments of the year, Manny Pacquiao at the age of 40 coming back and becoming world champion, beating Keith Thurman. Big win, big upset win. Kind of an upset. Thurman was out for a while, but still unbeaten, a lot younger, 10 years. Pacquiao comes out and destroys him over 12 rounds.
Well, look, everyone was comparing Thurman to the likes of Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. That's what makes it even bigger. The fact that a 40-year-old can beat the current scene doesn't speak much for the current scene. That's what I believe. However, I do think now in seeing that Errol Spence and both Terence Crawford are better than what Keith Thurman is, that's what I personally believe.
Another disappointment going back locally would be Tulani Bengi only having the one fight, being inactive.
Yeah, definitely. I thought, there was talk of him getting a rematch. It never happened. I think he must have been disappointed that he never got to fight again last year. So hopefully he'll get more fights this year.
Looking towards this year now, hopes and dreams and vision. We've got a mouth-watering rematch between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Who is going to win that rematch? Because I thought Fury won the first fight. I had it 8-4, 114, 112, including the knockdowns. But they gave it a draw. Who do you think and why? Just before you answer, based on rematches, you look at Wilder's history and you think, wow, Fury's in for trouble. Thing is that Fury's had more ring time now. He was kind of rushed into the first title shot against Wilder, being inactive for so long. And now he's had more ring time, and his style's just really awkward. Who are you going for and why?
So I'm going to go for Deontay Wilder. And as you said before, rematches. Deontay Wilder comes back with a vengeance, trains hard. He doesn't alter in his shape. His shape is always the same. Tyson Fury, he's up and down in weight. You see someone like Andy Ruiz, maybe a bad example, but a guy that had a full camp, couldn't beat Anthony Joshua. I do see Fury being a tough test for anybody again, but I see Deontay Wilder maybe catching him and seeing the end of the night.
Your prediction for that fight?
I think it's a tough one. Expect Tyson Fury to dominate, but Wilder just has 2 seconds. That equalizer, that right hand, is just
like against Ortiz.
Yeah.
Let's go locally now. Let's keep changing between local and international. Your hope for South African boxing for 2020?
So there's a few guys on the verge of sort of, fighting eliminations and so forth. So I'm hoping throughout the year there's world title shots. Hopefully capturing world titles is the main aspect. But for our guys to be seen on an overseas light and sort of getting their opportunity, that's what I'd like to see this year.
Yeah, I have to agree with Hayden. Yeah, more world title shots, big fights, big international fights for South African fighters, I think, definitely.
One fight that you could make locally and why for this year?
I like Kevin Lerena against Junior Makabu. I wish that fight would happen.
I think you just took that out of my mind. Let me think of another fight. Nomeva against Munyai. I think that would be an interesting fight.
And if you had to put your money on a prospect this year coming through the ranks, Jens, I don't know who.
I think I'm going to mention two. I think one, Steven Onchinga, very good talent. Two, I believe in Jabulani McKenzie as well.
I was going to say Jabulani McKenzie as well. I think he's a good kid. I think he needs to be pushed a little bit more. Tell me about Ricardo Malajika, because they're going to push him in against Salter now. Do you think it's a little too premature? Do you think he's ready? What do you think?
Look, we've seen. I think it was in his last fight. He got pushed a bit. He's not. I don't know. I don't think he's ready. I think maybe they should take their time with him. I don't know if he's ready for that level, but time will tell.
Yeah, if I had one hope for 2020 for South African boxing, would be more fights, more opportunities for fighters. Definitely a bigger platform for guys to fight on, and I think that's going to happen over time. I really, really do.
Well, they've definitely got to be optimistic. I mean, South African market, as you see, a fantastic job being done by Rumble Africa as well, in bringing up the young talents, giving them the opportunities. I think other networks will hopefully pick up on this and say, listen, there's hard work, there's talents in South Africa, let's put it on. Kevin Lerena goes up against the guy who on paper is very old, but he should absolutely cream. What's your prediction on that fight and why? I think I'd go towards Kevin late stoppage. He's been showing the hints of power coming back into his game again. After that Arthur Man knockout, obviously he had the Vasil Duka, but Duka was there to survive. And then obviously Safiri, not really a good one to base it on.
It's very disappointing fight.
Yeah, but if you look at his fight against Arthur Man, another up-and-coming prospect, I think that we might see a knockout on Firat Aslan. Yeah, I expect Lerena to totally dominate and stop the guy. I think. Yeah, and the one thing about Kevin Lerena is that that he never comes up. He's never out of shape.
Finally, last question before we say cheers till next week. Ilunga fights Kevin. Who wins that fight and why? Put me on the spot there. Yeah. Based on current credentials, I think you're going for Ilunga Makabu. How? Points. I think Kevin Lerena can take, and I think, and in saying that, not a big margin. A very close fight for me because Kevin's evolved into a fantastic fighter. Yeah, I think Kevin's a good fighter. Your take? I think Makabu he wins, say maybe by 3-4 points. Yeah, I think Makabu takes it though. Gents, it's been great. We'll see you again next week. Thanks for tuning in. This is SA Boxing Talk.